Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, a wonderful Saturday night, and thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for your support. Tonight is episode 42. I'm so excited. Chelle is about to join this chat. Chelle is from season 18 of NBC's hit show, The Voice. She's already in here. So Chelle, if you could just join the live and I will bring you on in. Hi guys. Hello, Adriana, Colette, Michaela. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Hi guys. I hope you guys are staying safe. It's a crazy time. Crazy time. Okay, there she is. I'm going to bring her on in. Hi, Chelle.
Hello.
How's your evening going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So right before you joined the room, and for people who are just joining the room, I just want to welcome my guest for Saturday evening to Vibin with Ashley Live, Chelle. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us, Chelle.
Of course, of course. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, you're welcome. So I start every show off with a song lyric.
Okay.
And you've actually covered this song, that's why I'm going to say it.
Okay.
And then you can tell me what this song means to you in your life, okay?
Okay.
So it's A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke.
Okay. Love it. Love it.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
I love that. I love that.
What does this song mean to you, Chelle?
That song really embodies and represents just change, and it represents a good change. It represents a change that needs to come. And I always think change is good. It's scary. Obviously, it's scary for everybody. But with change comes a lot of good. It comes a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I love that song. Love that song.
Yes, incredible. Thank you guys for joining the chat. There's a lot of people that are just starting to join. So thank you guys for spending your Saturday evening with us. You started singing at the age of 2. Tell me about your child and who inspired you to get into music.
I would probably say both my parents inspired me. I grew up in a very diverse, musically diverse household. My mom and dad both listened to blues, soul. My dad more country, my mom more rock, and then pop. So from a very young age, I was always very diverse in my music, which I absolutely love. If you look on my phone, and if you know me, you will see people like Dolly Parton, to Billie Eilish, to Eminem, to Carrie Underwood, to just everyone. I listen to everything and I love everything. So my parents were a big influence on why I sing. But I really didn't get into like professionally singing or auditioning for things or doing covers until my grandfather, actually, he lived with us for a period of time. And I was always singing around the house, always in the garage, in like the living room, wherever I could sing. And he went to my parents one day and actually said, like for a 9 or 10-year-old, she's like pretty good. Maybe you guys should like ask her if she wants to do something with that. And he was kind of the first stepping stone for me to actually audition or do covers or really seek out what my own style was. So he definitely had a big part in that as well.
I love that your family was such a huge part of music. And I talk to so many musicians and they're like, oh, but my parents played this for me and that for me. And it was such an eclectic, diverse taste of music. Like, I think that's so cool because your childhood definitely affects where you go in your adulthood.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
A few of your musical inspirations, Nina Simone, Etta James, Otis Redding. What other musicians do you admire?
Recently, Billie Eilish, obviously. I think she embodies what it means to be a confident woman in the music industry. She's highly professional. She speaks out on what she believes in unapologetically, and I absolutely love that. Kelly Clarkson, obviously, for very good reasons. She's she's a confident woman that loves boosting other women up in the industry. And I think that is so important to talk about. And I think it's extremely important for women in the industry to also boost each other up, because we're constantly, women in general, we're just constantly receiving negative feedback.
Yeah.
So if other women can boost each other up, I believe that we could do a lot of good in the industry. So
Yeah, I think that's amazing because you said two groundbreaking powerhouse female singers. Billie Eilish,
yes.
Billie Eilish, like she's so young, but she's just had such a incredible career so far. She really has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite
And
impressive.
yeah, it's so amazing. I'm so excited to see where her career goes because, you know, it's so amazing when someone young achieves that level of success.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's, like I said, very impressive for her age. And then for her to also be writing the music that she's writing is just beyond me. Her lyrics, the tone of her voice is just, she's overall a very impressive woman, and she's a very impressive musician as well.
And then your coach, Kelly Clarkson, tell me
Yes.
about that because as fans that watch the show, she's so down to earth and fun. Like I just want to hang out with her. So what is she like behind the scenes and as a coach?
The first thing, that's kind of like the first question everybody asked me when I came back. And
Yeah.
it was the easiest question to answer because every single coach that I had an encounter with, they are who they are on the show. They joke
Hmm.
around with you, they genuinely want you to do well, and they try to push you beyond your limits so that you can also gain confidence in yourself and you can gain confidence into new things you're learning.
Of course.
Yeah, she is beyond, like, she's like a friend I would want to hang out with, like that I would totally just call up and want to hang out with for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was absolutely incredible. She's so down to earth. Like when people say that about her, I am so beyond blessed and thankful that I can truly go along with that and say that it's true. Like who she is on TV, that is exactly who you get behind the scenes. She is down to earth. She's kind to everybody that's around.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, really loved that.
And that's so important because she started on American Idol. Like she went through the rankings and she ended up winning the show. And then look at this phenomenal career that she's had.
Oh
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
How do you think this pandemic will change live music and the music industry?
Oh, that's a big question. I think the pandemic has potential to change it forever. Like there will be permanent changes that go along with it.
Right.
Um, and I do know quite a few people who make a living off of doing live music or having gigs and stuff, and it has affected them hugely, like just enormously. And
Yeah.
thankfully, uh, that's not how that hasn't affected me in that way. But I think it's probably going to change it in a way of um, almost, I mean, there's going to be negative and positive that could possibly come from it. But I definitely think the negative is just that um, we as people are probably going to be in this mindset, you know, if the virus is ever gone and out of the country, I think we're still going to be in this mindset of don't get too close,
Yeah.
which is going to be a huge negative impact because I love being around people. I love being close to people. I'm a hugger, and you can't do that anymore. And I
Which,
think that's kind of going to be the negative impact of it.
yeah.
Um, but maybe more of the positive impact that's coming from it is that people know everyone is struggling right now. And I
Hmm.
think that everybody is a little bit more open right now to being considerate, to just giving a helping hand every once in a while, maybe more than what they did before. And I think that could be a positive thing. So,
Definitely. Yeah. Lead with kindness because everybody has been impacted by
oh,
this.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Every corner of the world, every corner of the country, doesn't matter where you are, like either you yourself, a member of your family, or one of your friends or coworkers has really, you know, gone through some struggles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's affected everybody. So,
Mhm. You sing everything from Lenny Kravitz to Heart, Billie Eilish, the list goes on and on. What are your favorite songs to perform and why?
um, I've kind of figured this out more recently that I am definitely a ballad singer. I
Mm-hmm.
love ballads. I can get emotionally into it and I can put off a lot of emotion and people can receive that emotion. And I think I kind of figured that out because when I was on The Voice, Nick Jonas actually said, your voice is very emotional and I can grab those emotions from you when you sing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just like a preference that I just like, I like the slower songs and I could just emotionally connect to it more. So I'd probably say that, but then there's times like Nina Simone or very powerhouse driven musicians that I love embodying when I'm singing. I think it's a challenge for me. I love challenging myself, especially when it comes to music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to be able to sing those songs is very, very crazy for me. And so, yes, probably both of those powerhouse singers, but if we're going along genre, definitely soul,
Mm-hmm.
blues. I love that. And sometimes I can find like pop songs that are just slower or that I could just completely change into my own style. So,
And I think when you hear a performer sing a song, you need to feel that emotion. And I
oh
love the
yeah.
every song that you sing, it doesn't matter what song it is, the emotion, the passion. It's like you feel every word that you're saying, and that's so phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I do really try to dig no matter like if I'm singing a sad song and I'm not really going through a sad moment, I do still try to dig within myself to try and find that emotion because I do know that there's others who are listening who are going through it. So
Yeah,
if I can try to embody that emotion to make somebody else feel better or to just have somebody roll their windows down and scream it out to get their emotions out, I would love to do that for somebody. So
definitely. So most recently, you were on season 18 of NBC's hit show, The Voice. What made you want to audition for the show?
Um, you know, I started trying out for shows when I was 13, actually.
Oh,
Um, so it was more of it was just like a fun thing. Like I was never I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get on a show and I'm gonna be famous and it's gonna be like all great and it's gonna be fun." But most of it really came down to my parents and my brother. They were beyond supportive. And so they would drive me to St. Louis, Chicago, Nashville. I have been all over Indianapolis. I mean, I know I'm from Indiana, but I have been to so many different cities, Los Angeles, to try out for these shows.
yeah.
And it really just came down to this was fun. This was fun for my family. This was fun for my parents and my brother. And it was fun for me. Like when we would do it, we would always make a long weekend out of it.
Hmm.
Which I know I'm so thankful for that. But we would go explore the new city or we would try a new restaurant that was native to whatever city we were in.
Hmm.
And it came down to it to where it was fun. And then when it got to trying out for The Voice, when I met those people for the first time, they were so kind and warm-hearted and welcoming that it just felt like home. Like
Yeah.
it felt right to keep going back and to keep trying until I made it.
Hmm.
Um, and I would absolutely adore to try it again. I would love to try out again. I've thought about it a lot. Um, it's just crazy hectic schedule right now with the pandemic and school and work but really it boiled down to the environment the voice team created for the contestants was just downright. They were respectful. They cared about you. They were genuine about you doing your absolute best.
Yeah.
And it boiled down to that. It was fun for my family and I, and the environment that the voice created was just something that I kept grasping for to go back to.
Hmm. And that's so refreshing to hear because when they embrace you like a family and you're just like, oh,
Mm,
this is so awesome. I can't wait to see them again. This is fun.
yes.
Remember
Yeah.
Nashville and we waited in this line and then we tried out and, and then we spent a long weekend. That's like really cool to make it a fun family adventure.
Oh yeah. It was. Yeah. Every time it felt like a family. Like the voice, the cast, the coaches, and contestants. It just felt like a family. It felt so right.
Hmm. So you had three judges turn for you, Blake, Nick, and Kelly.
Yes.
What about Kelly drove you to pick her to be your coach?
Um, a lot of people always say this, and I wouldn't have changed my choice, but a really funny thing is that when I was up there, I don't know if it was like my heart that was pounding so fast that I couldn't hear them, or if
Yeah.
it was like their mics weren't super loud and I was far away, but I couldn't hear them. So
Really?
my heart was always for Kelly. Like my heart and my goal was for Kelly to turn around for me just because I've looked up to her for so long. My mom has looked up to her and kind of just her going through the same process that I was hopefully going to go through as well. I just
Hmm.
thought maybe she would be a good coach to help me. I get really nervous. I have anxiety, and I was just kind of I was reaching for something for like normalcy in a way, and I thought that she could give that to me.
Yeah.
And also, of course, um, powerhouse singers. That's like my go-to. I absolutely love powerhouse singers, and that's exactly what she is. And I had heard nothing but good from Kelly. Like I've never seen Kelly in a bad spotlight, or I've never seen Kelly. Um, she's down to earth, and that's what you hear everybody talk to her. So my heart was always for Kelly. But
Hmm.
then when I was up on stage and Nick turned around, Nick Jonas, of all people, he's a huge star.
Yeah.
Um, so it was a compliment within itself for him to just turn his chair. He didn't know what I looked like. The what he was hearing and what it was based off was my voice. And for him, Nick Jonas to turn around for me and say, I want you. Like, I want you on a team and I want to be your coach. My heart, like, it starts skipping beats and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I got to finish the song. So I keep going. And then, Blake turns, Nick turns. And then I hit my last note and Kelly turns. And um, I think I I think I remember like kind of seeing her turn, I think. But then I remember like this song ending and then me like going back to the middle of the stage and just like looking at it. And I think I was a little starstruck in the moment.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I was kind of like, oh my gosh. And I think I did have a moment of reflection of, oh my gosh, like now I have a choice now. Like I really do. Like there's multiple choices here right now. And it really did. It just boiled down to in the moment, my heart, it just felt right to choose Kelly. And so that's what I did. Although I was extremely flattered and thankful that Nick and Blake did as well.
Yes, I think that's so incredible because I've talked to some people that have come on this show and only one person turned for them. So to have three and you're like, oh my gosh, like these all three of these judges want me on their team. Like that's got
Yeah.
to be incredible feeling.
Oh yeah. It was a huge confidence booster. It was almost like it was like a moment of clarification, like I'm supposed to be here. Like this wasn't just like luck, it was I'm supposed to be here right now. So
Definitely. And then Nick said he would love to write for you.
yes, that is something I'll never forget. I think those words go around in my head over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, Nick Jonas, he's been a star since, he was 15, 16 years old, if not younger, him and all his brothers. So
Right.
he has been in the spotlight from, the time he was a kid now on. And he has had hits after success, which is extremely hard to do in an industry. You see a lot of stars that make it really big and then somehow it falls out. But for Nick, he's always been very consistent and he's always been extremely consistent in what he says, what he does, the music he writes. Um, so for someone like him to say something like that to me, like a girl from Bargersville that, just I was homeschooled, like this is not supposed to be happening right now for me. And for him to say that, it would again starstruck moment of like, no way did he really just say that to me. So absolutely crazy, and I would absolutely take him up on that if the offer still stands. So
Yeah. Nick, please reach out to Chelle. She's ready for you.
yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I love it. So what's your favorite Kelly Clarkson song?
Oh wow. Honestly, I have all the oldies, the goodies because of you. Because of you. Oh, I think I've been belting that song out since I was 7, like
Yeah.
6 or 7. So really her oldies are my favorite, or like stronger, like just those ones that make you feel good, that you can sing anytime, anywhere, just the ones that make you feel good. So, but
Yeah.
definitely her oldies. I definitely tend to go towards her oldies more.
Love it. Love it. So I know you said you were very inspired by soul and blues. What other artists or genres of music have you been listening to during quarantine?
Oh, everything. Rock, country, soul, R&B, pop, everything. I listen to everything from every genre. But recently, really what I've been getting into, I can't really remember when I go like on a download like frenzy on
Yeah.
Apple Music, and I just like download everything. Like I'll listen to the first 10 seconds. I'm like, I think I like that. And then I just download it.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, I've just currently made an oldies playlist. So like I have Heart, I have Pink Floyd, Nirvana, um, who else? Janis Joplin, Nina Simone, Etta James. I have all of them just on a whole playlist. So that's really what I've been listening to is a whole bunch of oldies. So
I love it. I'm into it though, because I feel like some of the best music is from the 70s, the
oh
60s.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
people forget about it, but like that's pretty much all you've mentioned during this interview are
I know.
like I love it. She like knows. Thank you, mom and dad. I think mom, dad, and family are in here. So thank you for,
Yeah.
helping Chelle develop a diverse music palette because that's so important for a musician.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you weren't doing music, what other career path would you choose and why?
Excuse me. I was a teacher. I absolutely love my kids. I loved being a teacher. I adored the preschool I was teaching at. So I've always for sure had a passion for children. I love children. I love babies. I love toddlers. I love elementary school. I love all of it. I love the development of children, the psychology behind children. I just adore it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I wouldn't have chosen a path of music, I definitely would be a teacher somewhere or going to school to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually studying radiology right now. So
Cool.
complete like 180 of anything I thought I would be doing. So
Mm-hmm. So, as far as radiology, are you going to go into that field or are you going to continue to teach?
um I think I'll go into that field, not be technically a radiologist, but definitely like an ultrasound tech or an x-ray tech.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was a really sudden change for me actually. I was full 100% on board with going to school for teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And um and then my dad had mentioned something of he works with somebody and his daughter, she got her associate's degree. She went through the program to be an ultrasound tech and she's doing it. She absolutely loves it. And I was like, oh, okay, like let me go ahead and like take a look at this. So I started doing my research and stuff. And then right before I signed up for classes, I did a 180 and I started signing up for medical classes. So,
Very cool. I love it. What song do you wish that you wrote and why?
ooh, that is a hard question because there's so much. As I mean, my whole family, no one in my family is like super musical except my brother. My brother's an incredible singer. I wish he would sing more.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would post more. I wish he'd put himself out there more. Um, but they always say like, oh, but like this, and I'm like, no, 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 no. There's so much more that goes in to a song or to an album. Like you have to dissect it in a way. And as singers and as musicians, that's what we do. We dissect a song into lyrics or why were there so many beats in here, or do you hear that little riff that's in there behind the vocals, or that's what we do. So that's a really hard question. But probably honestly, oh gosh, you know what? I would probably want to have written um Crazy on You by Heart.
Ah,
Yeah, I think that there is so much either that or yeah, no, definitely that. I would love to have written that song. If you listen to that song as a musician and you truly dissect everything that goes into that, the vocals that are in that, the layering of tracks that are on that, it's a beautiful song. It was so well done. So I would definitely wanted to written that song.
that's a great pick.
Yeah, yeah, very.
So what's next for you in 2021? Do you have any live streams coming up, singles, collaborations, anything going on with your musical career?
The pandemic has put a halt to a lot of things. I did have some like recording that was supposed to be done.
Hmm.
Definitely I had some gigs that were supposed to be done. And the pandemic kind of put a halt to that. So I would love to try and find a safe and healthy way to start doing that again and really go full force into it.
Hmm.
I would love to start recording. I would love to get in the studio again. So I'm really hoping that there can be an efficient, safe, and healthy way for me to do that. So that's kind of the one I'm hoping for 2021.
Hmm. Very cool. So what's the best advice that you've ever been given?
Oh, the best advice I have ever been given was by the vocal coach off of The Voice. Her name was Bird. That woman helped me beyond belief during the entire process. She boosted my confidence like there was no tomorrow. And one thing she told me the day that we practiced before blinds and then the day blinds were there. And she said, I want you to repeat after me. And she said, God gave me this voice and they are blessed to receive my gift. And I just
Hmm.
kept saying that in my head over and over and over again before those doors opened and I walked on that stage. I just kept saying, they're blessed to receive my gift. I'm giving them from God. Um, and that's probably the best, like in anything really. Like if I if I'm doing anything and I start to get a little bit of anxiety or stressed out or nervous or whatever, I tell myself, God has placed me in this moment for a reason. He has given me this gift for a reason, and when I share that gift with others, it is their blessing. I'm blessing them. And I think that's a really, really good way of calming your own nerves, but also coming to terms that you're supposed to be in that moment. You were
Yeah.
supposed to be there in that moment. And it's a good way of saying it without sounding like you have a huge ego or like, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh, I'm blessing you with my presence, but you know what I mean? Like I'm sharing my gift and they're blessed to receive it. Um, and that helped me so much throughout my journey on The Voice. I was traveling back and forth between to home and to Los Angeles when I was 18 years old. I was petrified. I was terrified of going by myself and being in the airports by myself. And then it's just a really scary experience, especially for a girl, obviously, in this world, to be doing that. And that is just, it's one thing that really got me through. It just calmed my nerves to a very level headed. So,
Yes, we'll keep sharing your gift with us
well,
because
thank
we are
you.
so blessed to have that gift.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
you're welcome. What advice would you give to other musicians during quarantine?
Oh, especially during quarantine, I would definitely say, like, you're supposed to be here in this moment.
Hmm.
And although it feels like everything has come to a halt and you don't know when it's going to be picked back up again, you're supposed to be in this moment. And your moment of being in the spotlight, of your dreams coming true, of you getting that stepping stone, it will come. It
Hmm.
could take very, very long and you could be so frustrated, but just know that it is going to come. Your time will come in the spotlight.
Hmm. Yeah. So be patient, but keep on
Yes.
trying.
Yes, yes, yes. Be patient.
Course. So, Shell, can you tell everybody that's in this chat right now where they can find you? Just plug all the social media.
Yes,
All
yes,
that
I
good.
can. Alrighty. So my YouTube is just Michelle Cox. If you don't know, a lot of people are very surprised. My full name is Michelle. It's not Shell. Some people call me Shell, Shelly. Um, Twitter is Michelle underscore Sue. I think this is right. Could be wrong, but um, and I think that's about it. Let me post that, and then I do have a Venmo. It's underscore Michelle. Alrighty, and I think that's it. I think those are all my socials, and everything else. So
awesome. So how can people support you during this time?
oh, words of encouragement, honestly. A lot of musicians just need encouragement and to be told that it's so sucky right now. It does suck. Everything sucks right now. It's a scary time. There's so many unanswered questions. So really just words of encouragement of really just that you're going to get through. This pandemic isn't going to last forever. And hopefully life will return to normal very soon.
It will. I don't know when.
Yes.
I don't personally know when, but it will. It really will. 2021
Yes.
is our year where we're going to get back to normal.
Yes, hopefully.
So the questions that I have for you, but you're also going to perform 2 songs from us. So
I am, yes.
very excited. So take it away.
Alrighty. This is Jolene, classic Dolly Parton. And just let me know if music needs to be turned up, down.
Okay.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what it means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, oh Jolene. Alrighty. Thank you.
That was blowing up for that one. Thank you guys for all your support and all your comments.
Thank you.
Maddie said, "Love you, bestie." Yes. So that was awesome. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And your next song?
This is Figures by Jessie Reyes. Again, it's one of my classics. Always sing it. Love it. Figures. I gave you ride or die, and you gave me games. Love. Figures. I know I'm crying, 'cause you just won't change. Love. Figures. I gave it all, and you gave me nothing. Figures. I wish I could do exactly what you did. I wish I could hurt you back. Love, what would you do if you couldn't give me back? You're the one who's gonna lose something so special, something so real. Tell me, boy, how in the heck would you feel if you couldn't give me back? That's what I wish that I could do to you. 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 Figures. I'm a bad guy 'cause I can't learn to trust. Love. Figures. You say sorry once and you think it's enough. I got a lineup of girls and a lineup of guys begging for me just to give them a try. Figures. I'm willing to stay 'cause I'm sick for your love. I wish I could hurt you back. Love, what would you do if you couldn't give me back? You're the one who's gonna lose something so special, something so real. Tell me, boy, how in the heck would you feel if you couldn't give me back? That's what I wish that I could do to you. To you. Figures. Alrighty, that is it.
Hey, that was incredible. Thank you, Chelle.
Thank you so much.
Chelle's Venmo is right down below. So if you're so inclined, please feel free to donate.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course. So guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box below. And Chelle's going to take some of your questions.
Yes, of course. Let me go up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My parents are on here.
Oh, my parents! Saying sweet things in the chat. What instrument would you like to learn next?
What instrument would you like? So I've actually taken lessons for drums, guitar, and piano. Although I cannot actively play any of those instruments, I think piano would be so incredible to learn. Piano is so diverse. You know, you can have classical piano, you can have soul, you can have jazz that goes along with it. So piano would definitely be an instrument I would love to get the opportunity to learn. Mm-hmm. What is your next song going to be about? You know what? I don't really know. I have always wanted like the first song to ever be dropped by me to kind of be like a woman empowerment kind of song. I would love for that to be the first song I ever drop.
Yeah.
Where do you want to perform next? Really anywhere. I would perform anywhere if I had the chance right now. But like I said, the pandemic has kind of put a halt to a lot of things.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, if there's a dream place I would love to perform, it'd probably be like Opryland. That would be like, yeah, that'd be like my holy grail.
Have you picked up any hobbies during quarantine?
Um, well, I mean, I have a pet lizard, and
Really?
he's kind of been something that I've tried to take like, except, I mean, obviously I'm going to take care of him, but
Mhm.
he's definitely something like I really I want to learn about him, honestly. He's sitting, his tank is like right here, so that's why I keep looking up here when I'm talking about him. He's a crested gecko. He's so cute. I really do. I love him. But really any animal, I can make any kind of animal like a cuddly animal. Um,
Nice.
so like, yeah, my mom has so many stories of me like bringing frogs into the house and like cuddling them, like putting them up by my neck, or turtles or anything. I used to have a pet mouse. I've had turtles, lizards, fish. Um, so really anything. So I really kind of want to learn about him. He's
Yeah.
something I've really prioritized during quarantine. So,
When did you get them?
well, technically he was my sister-in-law's for a few years, and then when I moved, she gave him to me. So I've had him since August. So
Really?
about
So
then, yeah.
your lizard.
Yes, you can see my lizard. He has a new light in right now.
Okay.
So it doesn't have a light. It's just a ceramic light right now to keep him warm. But and I
Mhm.
don't know if you can see him. There he is. He hides up on the front, and that little thing in the back. He hides between that and the glass. So yeah, I'm trying to walk over
I love
here.
it.
Yeah, he's super cute. He's a really really fun pet to have, honestly. And honestly, he's not a lot of work, and that's if you do some research on crested geckos. They're actually one of the easiest lizards if you're going to get one to take care of. They don't require um any kind of specific heating, although I do have one for him. Um, but yeah, they're really easy lizards to take care of. His name is Mr. Lizard. I did not name him that. My sister-in-law named him that, and it kind of stuck. I thought it was cute. So his name is just Mr. Lizard. So,
So does he just primarily hang out there, or do you kind of like take him out and I don't
um, so my sister-in-law wasn't really big into like handling him. That it kind of freaked her out just a little bit to like handle the lizard, although
know.
she really loved him. Um, so for the few years that she had him, and we have no idea how old he is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he could be an elderly lizard. He could have been like just got into adulthood when she got him and be primarily in his prime years. Um,
Yeah.
I have been working for months now trying to get him comfortable with being handled. Because the last thing you want to do with an animal like that, like snakes or lizards or anything like that, mice, you don't want to like just reach in there and go full force and grab them because they'll freak out. You know what I mean? Like their tank is their sanctuary. That's their home. So if, I mean, somebody came and grabbed their giant hands at me and tried to take me out, I'd freak out too. So
Yeah.
I've been like slowly like picking him up while he's in his tank and letting him sit in my hand. And then kind of letting him decide if he wants to jump down or if
Mhm.
he wants to just sit there for a little. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of trying to train him to want to be handled, but it's kind of waiting on him more than it's waiting on
Oh,
me. So
so fun.
yeah, he's cute. He's fun. He's a fun animal.
Where do you see your career in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years. I would love to be graduated from college. I would absolutely love to be just graduated. Um, if I mean, my dream would to be to have a career in music. I would love to have a career, a sustainable career in music. Um, and not saying that I won't work towards that as well as working towards ultrasound teching or X-ray teching as well.
Mhm.
Um, but kind of like right now, for what my life looks like right now, I would love to have a stable job in a hospital somewhere.
Mhm.
I would really love to be closer to family, or kind of in between. I would love to be close to kind of like my second family down here, where I go to school, and then my family up in Indiana. So Oh, my mom just said, hopefully Nick Jonas will write her song. Yes,
Yeah.
if in the next 5 years Nick Jonas writes me a song, that would be absolutely incredible. It'd be a dream come true.
Totally.
So yeah, kind of in 5 years, just to have my degree under my belt, to have a stable career, with also, still having my dream of music. I would love for that to still always be there. I never want it to be something that's like pushed in the back or seems unreachable to me. I never want it to seem unreachable because I have proved to myself that it is very possible. It's very reachable. So yeah.
Awesome. So as far as Nick Jonas writing your song, I actually had someone on the show a couple episodes ago, and she had a song that she had written, and she wanted someone on the song, and she said, "You know what? I'm just gonna reach out to their publicist and say like, oh hey, I
Oh,
have a song. Would he be interested in being on the song?" The publicist got back to her and said he'd love to be on the song.
oh my
So,
gosh.
so I'm just telling you, you should shoot your shot, reach out to Nick Jonas and be like, hey, I am ready to take you up on your offer.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That is something I will look into.
You
Absolutely. If Yeah, that would be a dream come true. And I've never forgot it. Those words ring in my head every time I sing. I'm about to sing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was on national television and now the clip lives exclusively on YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's out in the universe.
Yeah,
So
he told everybody. Like everybody knows.
yeah.
So,
And Chelle, like now is the time because I'm sure Nick is like sitting at his house.
yeah, like he's bored. He wants
He's
something to
bored.
do. He wants something to do. So,
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, any last questions for Chelle? This is when we play that music, that Jeopardy music.
oh
The
yeah,
dude.
or the elevator music. Yeah.
I don't have any music to play though.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So kind.
Grandma Lucy loves you. You have an
Thank
amazing
you so
life.
much.
You're incredible. Thank you guys so much for joining our chat. Like I said, if you have any last minute questions for Chelle, please feel free to put them in the comment section below.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. This has been a great experience. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me an outlet to sing. Thank you for giving me
Yes,
an audience.
of course, of course. No, thank you. Honestly, like I developed this show back in August because I'm a huge music fan. Like I used to go to
Hmm.
concerts 3 nights a week, and now everything came to a halt, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God. So I just like I want to develop this show and talk to these incredible musicians. And so the show was born. This is episode 42. I do it pretty consistently. So I just want to say thank you so much for getting back to me. And feel free, if you ever want to do this again, we'll coordinate it
Oh, yeah.
here and just music and talk and music and talk. Because I think it's so important during a time like this to have things to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I know every musician that's been on here is so incredibly thankful. And for any musician that hasn't even heard about it, I know that as a musician, thank you. Thank you for giving us this outlet to be seen, to be heard, to sing. That is so kind of you.
Yeah.
You have a very generous heart. So thank you so much.
Oh, that means a lot. Honestly, like I love talking to musicians because I feel like, there's a lot of musicians that are popular, but there's so many musicians that
Mm.
just they're kind of just chilling. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? They're phenomenal. And
Hmm.
that's why the show was born because
Yeah.
I'm music and I want to share musician stories as well as your gift with everybody in Instagram world.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Like, I really do appreciate it. And I know every musician who's been on here also does.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. What is your favorite memory of when you started singing?
Um, Favorite memory. Oh, I'll never forget it. It was the first time I ever sang in front of an audience. The first time I had ever been on a stage. I was so beyond nervous. Like I felt nauseous the whole time. Like before, I had my lyrics up there because I was scared of messing them up. Um, but the feeling I got after stepping off that stage and finishing my song is exactly why I still sing today.
Yeah.
Um, I felt like a rock star. I mean, it was in front of 20 people, but I felt like an absolute rock star. Like I felt more confident. I felt like it was like a check mark had gone off of my brain, like, yes, this is what you need to do. Um so yeah, that's my favorite memory ever, is that feeling I got after singing in front of people for the first time.
Yeah, it's electrifying because then you see those people and you're like, oh my gosh, and we're
Yeah.
excited. Energy, like the adrenaline that you feel, it's like nothing. Like it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
It doesn't compare to anything else. And then from there, the crowds got bigger and bigger, and I kept pushing my limits to different artists and older music, or putting my own twist on things. Even like, I know I was really scared to like sing some pretty classic songs and then put
Yeah.
my own twist on it, because I didn't want like this, powerhouse, powerful, um, like good oldie song that everybody knows, that everybody loved as a kid.
Mhm.
Um, uh to think like, oh my gosh, like she shouldn't have changed it, like the original is so much better. And then I was kind of like, you know what, no one's gonna think that, like, you know what, this is why people love music so much, this is why people love musicians so much, is because we're so capable of changing things to us, and nobody else like does me how I do me, and nobody else does Megan or Samantha or Gigi or Zach from The Voice. Nobody does it how they do it.
Yeah.
And that's what's so incredible about music, is that everybody has their own style. And you can make any song, no matter what style, no matter what genre, you can make it your own.
Hmm.
That's probably my favorite thing about music as well. So
Yes, it's music is so amazing, and I hope that everybody that's in this chat right now is listening to music during quarantine because it gets you through crazy times.
yeah, oh yeah, I am a full-time student and also working like 32 to 40 hours during the week. So music on the way to school, on the way to work, on the way home, that is what gets me through the week. So
Yes, and Zach, I know you just mentioned Zach, but Zach Day actually just joined.
uh,
And Zach, if you're still in here, what's up? What's up? He was on my show a couple episodes ago.
yes, yes, yeah.
And
Uh,
someone said, I will never forget that we had the privilege of having you sing at our wedding.
yes, yes. That has also been something that I hold very dear to my heart, that someone would trust me enough to do so. So
That's incredible. Well, Chelle, I just want to say thank you so much for spending your Saturday evening with me. I am so grateful. Thank you for sharing your gift. And please let me know what Nick Jonas's people say.
oh, I will. I will. You'll be my first text. I'll let you know what he said. And thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again for giving me this outlet, giving me this audience to listen to. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for reaching out to me. It has been an absolute privilege. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys. If you don't already, please make sure to follow Chelle. She's always posting new stuff on YouTube, and she's going to do a song with Nick Jonas. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
We are.
it just might. In 2021, like everything's possible now. 2020 is in the past, so
Yes. So, guys, if you don't already, please make sure to follow Chelle, and please make sure to follow me, Ashley Live, because I have Vibin with Ashley Live, and I bring incredible musicians to the forefront all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Chelle, thank you once again.
thank you
And
so
we'll
much. Thank you.
oh, great night.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.